What skills did you have that helped you get through Ranger School?
Really, with Ranger School, it's more so dedication and realizing to see it through. The skills that you would have to possess, you would just have to possess personal integrity, personal courage, physical fitness, of course, stamina, willingness, and determination, and the will to never give up. I wouldn't really classify those as skills necessarily. I mean, any one of you could definitely go out there and do it. You know, not a certain set of skills would qualify. It's more about what's inside. What do you have? What do you have to make it through the course? Because it's very rigorous, very taxing course on the individual. So you have to definitely have personal courage, have that self-will to just see it through, see the entire thing through, and just say to yourself pretty much every day, I'll never quit. All right, these individuals you see out here, the ones in the beanies, the brown and the black and the gray beanies, all right, they pretty much said to themselves every single day, I'll never quit. Especially now, they went through when it was getting a lot more cold, temperatures were dropping, at times they couldn't feel their fingers, they're trying to tie their shoes, they're not able to because they can't even feel their hands, but they're telling themselves, I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna find a way to do it. And I think that's the main thing, is to realize you just can't quit.
But during Ranger School, how was it working as a team?
That's what you have to do. I'm an instructor, so that's really what we teach the students. We teach the students you have to do this as a team. You're not going to graduate Ranger School on your own. You can't do it independently. You have to do it. Sergeant Major testified to it. You have to do it as a team. You have to work as a team. Form that team group. You may not like the individual next to you, but you need to work with them. If you try to do it on your own, there are certain aspects to where you'll go out there and you'll fail mainly because you don't have that support around you. All right, you can't go through and do some of the things that they do. I won't get into too much about what they do, but you can't do some of the things they do on your own. You have to use a team to get through. All right, so I mean that's the number one rule. Use your Ranger buddy. I mean you go everywhere with a Ranger buddy. You won't see any of these Rangers by themselves. They travel everywhere from day one, from day zero, with another Ranger student. They walk with them, so you have to work as a team.
4th Ranger Training Battalion. Rappelling is an integral part of the mountaineering instruction taught here during the Ranger course. It is a technique used to descend from a vertical surface by means of a mechanical device and is used or taught in the Ranger course for several reasons. First, it helps the student overcome an inherent fear of heights. Secondly, it builds confidence in the individual and teaches the Ranger additional capability. He learns again there's virtually no impassable terrain from a determined, well-trained, well-led force. In order to rappel, certain types of mountaineering equipment are essential. First, the Kermel rope. This rope is 11 millimeters in diameter and 150 feet in length. A frame that is constructed and lashed together at the top of the cliff with sufficient climb rope to reach the bottom. This rope is routed through a pulley or snap link at the apex of the frame and are tied together at opposite ends, creating what is known as an endless rope. On opposite extremes of this rope are butterfly knots. The Ranger will engage that butterfly knot with the snap link and climb to the top. The Ranger on the bottom will assist that Ranger by pulling down the rope, having the second butterfly knot move its way towards the bottom, where a second Ranger can engage that butterfly knot and climb to the top. Another type of rappel the Ranger is taught is Australian rappel. This type of rappel allows the Ranger to face the direction in which he is descending. His left hand acts as his brake hand, thus freeing up his right hand to fire his weapon, should he become necessary to do so during his descent. In the event a soldier becomes slightly wounded, all Rangers are taught multiple casualty evacuation techniques. One of these techniques is called the buddy rappel. The casualty is attached to the Ranger by means of a nylon runner, a snap link that is attached to the Ranger's own snap link, and he will ride in front of the Ranger and across the Ranger's lap. Should the Ranger require medical aid, the Ranger can simply brake and provide it. Once aid has been rendered, the Ranger will continue his descent. You will recall that the term on rappel and off rappel were used by the Rangers. The term on rappel means that the Ranger is about to begin his descent and for all Rangers below to be on the lookout for falling debris. The term off rappel means the Ranger has touched down, cleared the rope, and the second Ranger may begin his descent. Another type of insertion technique the Ranger is taught is the fast rope insertion extraction system, commonly referred to as fries. The fry system consists of a 3-inch diameter hemp rope that is 100 feet in length and is attached to a modified H-frame on a UH-60 aircraft. This is done normally at night. In a moment, you'll observe an aircraft approaching the demonstration area. The type of aircraft utilized is a UH-60 Black Hawk helicopter with an ACL or allowable cargo load of 13 combat-equipped Rangers. Operations in inland waterways and coastlines. Mount the rope, and by use of commando crawl or monkey crawl, you will climb down to the Ranger tab, where you will hang free and request a drop from 40 feet into the water. Hurry up, Ranger. Do a pull-up, Ranger. Negative. Do a pull-up, Ranger. What do you think, class? One more? One more, Ranger. Drop. Ranger!
What made you want to become a Ranger?
Really, I wanted to join the military since I was a little kid. My dad was in the military. My grandfather, he was in the military. My uncle was in the military. I had two uncles serving in Vietnam. They both came back. One came back the same. The other one came back a little bit altered. But I always saw them, and I wanted to join the military. Wore clothes. You know, I played. People were inside playing Nintendo. I would go outside and tape a little telescope to a long stick and pretend like it was a long rifle. You know, so once I joined the military, I joined, and then immediately I was hearing everything about Ranger School. Go to Ranger School. That proves that you're elite. This proves that you're elite. So it really triggered to me that, okay, to be elite, I need to go to Ranger School. So to get the best qualifications, to be the best leader I can be, Ranger School is going to be one of those stepping stones I'm going to have to step over. So that was the main reason.
How did Ranger School, the first day of Ranger School, compare to the last day?
You're pretty much witnessing the last day for these individuals. I mean, you look at them, like you got this guy, he's walking around with Dunkin' Donuts, his family, look how happy he is. You know, he's got his, I assume his spouse with him, he's living life. That first day is just nerves, because you know what to expect, but you haven't been there, so you don't really know what to expect. So you're nervous, you are getting yelled at, you're getting a lot of pressure from the instructors, you know, because they're trying to indoctrinate you into, hey, this is the way your life is going to be for the next 62 days, you know. So it's a lot of pressure, it's a lot of nervousness, you know, but it's excitement too. You're a competitor, you want to get after it, so you're thinking, okay, let's get after this. And then on this last day, it's that sign of, I've been through all this, now I get to reap the benefits. It's over, it's all over. And the main thing is, these guys are going to go out and they're going to get some food, because they've been starving, you know, so they're happy to eat again, for sure.
What was the biggest regret as a
Biggest regret? Biggest regret? That's a strong word, you know. I wouldn't say I regret anything about Ranger School, because it got me through the process. You know, if I had failed Ranger School, then I would have some regrets about what I went through in the process. Biggest regret, I would say, not remembering everyone that I went through with. I would like to, you know, touch bases with everyone that I went through the school with. Maybe school-wise, I was on the very last patrol one of the patrols they get to storm a beach, and the other individuals get to go inside and clear a room and get to beat up a guy in a blower suit, in a suit full of a fluffy suit. They get to go in there and beat him up. But I was tasked on a different mission to where I just went on the beach and we just sat there, pulling overwatch security for him. So I regret being on that beach. I wanted to go inside and fight, but I had to be on the beach and provide overwatch. But I guess that's the only regret. Greatest achievement, I would say most definitely, if you can consider this achievement, maybe not course-wise, but I gained the loyalty and respect of my peers. I was able to do that. I was able to gain their trust, and a lot of them looked to me for advice and for guidance, and also they saw me as a viable component of the squads and of the teams. They saw me as a valuable member. So I really found that as an achievement. Gaining the trust of individuals around me and them seeing me as, hey, this guy's useful, he's valuable.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard was Ranger School?
Scale of 1 to 10. Once again, hard is a different word. I would say hard, tumultuous. It's a hard school, but it's not as hard as people build things up to be. I mean, it's a very difficult school, but once you get into it, it's really as hard as you're making it. Like I said, if you have that willingness, if you have that determination, you say to yourself, I'll never quit. Every day I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna grind until I go back to sleep. No matter how long it is, I'm going to stay awake while I'm awake. I'm going to do what I need to do for that day, for that mission, for that patrol, until that patrol is over. You say that to yourself. I mean, you can get that rating level, that hardness, all the way down below 5. But if you're in there and you're doubting yourself, you're doubting your capabilities, you're not listening, you're not working as a team, you're waking up and you're feeling sorry for yourself because you're cold, you're hungry, you're sleepy, then you're going to make it a lot more harder on yourself, and it's going to be a level 10. So it's really about how you make it on yourself while you're in the course.
In your opinion, what made the experience difficult?
Just the environment. I mean, you take someone out of their comfort zone, you take someone away from eating and sleeping every single day, a set schedule of eating and sleeping that they're used to. You take them out of that, and they're not used to it, that's going to make it difficult. A lot of stress. Things we're made of, the components of our body starts to break down. Testosterone, you start to lose it as a human once you start losing all that sleep, losing all that energy. So really, the individuals that you see in Ranger School isn't the same person you're going to see outside of Ranger School. That person has pretty much been altered by the conditions that he or she has been put in. So that's what makes it hard.
Doors open. Ladies and gentlemen, if you will please focus your attention to the far side of the pond, there you will see a convicts. We'll use the flexing charge to blow the doors open, and you'll also witness a few of these expedient charges.
Hand-to-hand combat teaches the Ranger to be alert, aggressive, confident in his ability to close in, and regardless of the circumstance, overcome the enemy. With the knowledge and skills learned throughout Ranger School, the end product is a soldier that is capable of being an instructor, trainer, and leader of small units. They've mastered the skills of small unit operations, infiltration and exfiltration techniques, hand-to-hand combat, demolitions, survival, evasion, resistance, escape, as well as low-altitude mountaineering and small boat operations. They are the epitome of an infantryman. They are the finest soldiers in the world. And as you've seen in our demonstration today, a soldier capable of appearing from any place at any time.
Thank you for attending the Rangers in Action.
What's the most important thing you learned at Rangers?
Pretty much, I learned a few things. I learned leadership values. I think that was the main thing. Leadership, how to be a leader, and then another thing is, you know, the limits of the body. You know, certain times you go somewhere, like for instance, there's a mountain phase, the third phase of Ranger School. There's a mountain that you guys see in the background. You can see it back there. You know how broken you are from the first phase, and now you know, okay, my rucksack and the pack that I carry is about to get a lot more heavier. You know, you look at that mountain, you're thinking there's no way I can carry and I can walk around for as long as they want me to walk with this pack on my back, and then you do it, you know, or you're droning. You may do an entire patrol and not even remember the patrol at the very end of the day. So the limits of the body is a lot more. You can push your body a lot further than your mind thinks you can. Your mind will stop believing in you way before your body stops. Your body will just keep going and your mind won't. All right, so that's one thing that I learned. So mainly for a lot of these guys, they find themselves in a situation overseas. Hopefully they do not, but they do in Afghanistan, Iraq, maybe even Korea. They find themselves in a very stressful situation. They'll know, hey, my body's gonna keep going. You know, my mind might stop, but my body knows what the mission is. It's gonna keep going no matter what. So I just need to get my mind in tune with my body, and then I'm unstoppable, pretty much.
What advice would you give people my age as they look forward and work towards the future?
Anything's possible. Anything that you want to do is really possible. I mean, and I say that it sounds like a basic sentence, but it's true. Anything you say you want to do, you can do. You say you want to do this, don't stop saying that to yourself. Push for that goal. Never give up on it. Never forget about it. Unless you find another goal that you want to reach that's even higher. You know, shoot for the stars. Shoot for the highest goal and just keep going towards it. You say, I want to graduate high school and I want to go to the military and become a Ranger. You can do it, and then you can go beyond that and do other things. I would recommend get your schooling, college. As you see, I'm a sergeant first class. I'm pursuing my degree, and then I'm trying to pursue a commission. I recommend for all high schoolers going into the military, come in with your degree and get commissioned and become a lieutenant. That's what I recommend. It's just a recommendation, but I mean, you can shoot for whatever. You see a general on the TV, you know, he has badges and awards, you know what that general has done. You say, man, I want to be like that guy. You can be him and then some. Right? You can be anything that you want. So coming up, and I mean that, everything that you guys say you want to do, all right? Any goals that you have in your mind right now, you can reach them. Just don't stop telling it to yourself. Don't stop saying it. You see some military soldiers, they still reach their goals, and some of them only have one leg. They come back from Afghanistan with one leg. They still say to myself, I want to stay in the Army and I want to go to free fall school and jump out of airplanes. They still do it. You know, so just don't stop telling yourself your goals and your dreams and your ambitions, and you'll reach them.
Well, that's all the questions we have, unless you have.
All right.
I don't have any more.
I want to say something. You know, you see this band on his arm. You know, that's a brother. Rangers are part of a fraternity. They're a band of brothers. And there is no, when you talk about Black History Month, there is no color, there's no rank, they are all equal. It's a great equalizer, the Ranger Corps. These guys that are finishing out here today, it's not the end of what they're doing. It's the beginning of what they're getting ready to do. It's the beginning of what's inside here, and they're taking with them. He talks about moving forward. This Ranger standard is now imprinted on their chest and inside their body. When they leave here, they take Ranger attitude with them. That's what's great about this course. They take that freaking energy that they've learned here, that they can do anything. And they're expected. This freaking form right here isn't this way because he's just average. It's this way, and he's got all this badge and here in the Ranger Corps as you move forward. Sorry about the cuss word, but it's just a statement of what he wants to do and where he wants to go. And if you want to be a senior NCO, which is a great way to go, that's another path. You want to be an officer, you can just come in for 4 years and then leave here and go be in charge of McDonald's somewhere, you know, and take charge of that place and make it better. But it starts when you finish this place and you are a marked man from here on out. And you build a band of brothers wherever you go. You have memories of the great guys that you've served with, not just here in Ranger Corps, but when you go to combat, and when you just being with them and being raised in the military. It's just a great experience and something you'll never forget. You can be in a company and do the same thing, but it's nothing compared to being in the military and doing this. That's what's so great about it. And Sergeant Grayson has been very gracious to come out here and give us some of that inspiration. And I'm proud to see him on the way. He's got outstanding individuals doing what they do. They serve our country, and less than 1% do that. So there's so many people that do other things across the United States. Great on them. But in my opinion, the best ones are the ones that at least take time to serve their country for a little bit and learn the discipline and the attitude about being a soldier or a serviceman. So if you want to do that, great. I'm proud of you.
Thanks,
Awesome job. Thank you so much.